Alright, so here we are playing SOMA on the PS4. Now, I just want to give a little bit of game impressions. I do not like revealing any spoilers, and this is going to be pretty brief. And I just want to also give my impressions as a PC gamer of playing on the PS4. Now, this is running the native record application that the PS4 runs with. And it does downgrade to 720p and 30 frames a second. Mind you, a lot of the PS4 games are playing at 30 frames a second anyways, but that's just something the record function does. Now, it raises some questions too, before I actually get into the game. If it's recording, well, it's doing gameplay that is taking off some frames per second. Now, we know this from using the game recording applications like Fraps and Bandicam, and even the native ones such as Shadowplay that NVIDIA runs. So whether we could get faster frame rates if this thing wasn't recording is kind of beyond me. So possible. It's kind of a curious little machine. It's essentially a entry-level gaming machine for $400. Does it represent good value? Well, maybe hardware-wise, you can probably build something very similar, but the operating system will add $100 onto it. However, as we talked about in my building a cheap $200, $150 gaming PC, which was the A4 7300, you can get a free Windows OS for about 6 months, and at least that'll hold off on some of the initial costs. So anyways, back to SOMA. It's kind of like BioShock and Alien had a baby. And it's an interesting tone to the game. You essentially start out... Well, not to give anything away, but you end up in an underwater facility, and you're trying to figure out what's gone wrong, why the machine's acting like humans, and so on and so forth. And the game progresses on. You will find machines that you can talk to that believe they are human, or
That's everything, right?
sound like they are.
Wait. Am I already here?
Hello?
Who is that? Mark?
No, we haven't met before.
Is this Mark?
I think we're safe.
Oh, I was so worried something had gone wrong.
What's your name?
Robin Bass. Theta Field Service Technician.
Nice to meet you, Robin.
So, you'll notice a little speech bubble there. You can exhaust your story dialogue with them by keeping that pressed a few times. So in terms of how the game is structured, there are underwater sections, which are where we are now, and there are sections, of course, which are internal to the different pieces of the underwater facility. And puzzle-wise, there's some very basic puzzles. This one here, turn lights. You'll notice it's hinting me along the whole way. This lever just sort of popped up. I'm not sure it works now. Yes, there it goes. So, once again, a lot of the puzzles are fairly straightforward. This is a bit of the middle of the game, or getting close to the middle of the game. So far it's been a little bit of an interesting story process, but an uneventful game. This is of course by Frictional. They made the Amnesia series, as well as some other games which are also equally scary. But this one really isn't scary. It's more of a psychological thriller, and you kind of play this character just kind of moving through the story, trying to figure out what's going on. You do encounter some lumbering enemies. You have this Omni tool here where you use that to open doors and communicate with certain computers. A big part of the story is about artificial intelligence, so I'm sure, you know, I'm not giving anything away there if you've seen any of the trailers or... So here we are in an internal section. Oh, okay. Here's a good point. You'll notice this flashing brain down at the bottom. This is a load point. It's loading another piece of the environment. And when it does this, you are locked up. There we go. Now we actually have control. So it kind of takes you out of the experience, these load points. There are smaller load points rather, where you'll see the frame rate hiccup, like there,
Hello?
right there, very briefly.
Anyone there?
But the most jarring ones are, of course, the ones
Catherine,
where
we
the brain
found
is
data.
flashing, where it's actually loading a chunk of the story. There we go again. There's another one, right? I was pushing the stick and it wasn't moving. So I don't know if this is particular to the PS4 or the PC may very well do this as well. It's, you know, it could be just their game engine, the way they've designed it. Here's, I can tell, here's another. You see, very, very obvious clues on what you're to do. There we go. So yeah, overall, it is not a scary game. I've seen some of those Let's Plays where there is a peek around the corner button, a lean button rather, and which is, you don't have to use that. It's really, really pointless. There's no need to worry about what's coming out. You can almost use your run button and just run through the entire game. That's what I was doing in some in some areas. It's not something with a lot of tension in it. Like I say, it's more of a psychological type of story. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. I just wanted to have some gameplay impressions of the game itself. And it is $30. Do I think it's worth it? Well, for $30... at 25, yeah, I'd say so. If it was 20 bucks, then absolutely. But 30 bucks is, you know, probably spot on. I mean, the developers, you can see they've put a lot of detail into it, and it's taken a while to get where they are. So they do deserve to be rewarded for this, and I would recommend buying it for $30. I mean, these days games are double this or a little bit more, so it's not bad. So, anyways, I'm not gonna continue on with more gameplay because I might reveal some spoilers, and I don't want to do that for you guys. But as a PC gamer, the PS4 is an okay gaming machine. I think it definitely has its merits, and the little record function is very easy to use, although it does downgrade the graphical quality, and it might even be chewing some frames off of what the device should be running. So, you know, I'm happy with it. It's all right, but there you go. So, anyways, I'll shut up now. I'll leave this video as it is. Thanks for watching. Pay attention. If you want to ask anything, go ahead. You probably don't need to. It was more of a test, and just upload some video. All right, guys. Take care. All the best, and we'll chat later.